For marketers and business operators, the platform edge is not pure scale versus Meta or TikTok, but it is the higher planning intent, the strong discovery behavior, and a consumer mindset that is unusually close to those purchase decisions. That is huge. I think that's, the big idea, so to speak.
Well, and pins have lasting power. Some of my most engaged with pins are not new. So you can continue to get engagement on them, hell, even for years. So they don't become irrelevant, 2 days after you post them. So that's another nice bonus for Pinterest.
Yes, definitely. That is. I've had some 5, 6 years that come back and it's like, wow,
Mhm.
that pin is old, but it's still generating.
It's that
I'm still
evergreen
doing it.
content, and
Yeah.
that's part of when you're doing your audit to see what to keep and not, you're gonna wanna notice those things that continue to bring value and that are evergreen. We have to remember evergreen. But, I mean, I love that it works off of trends, but it also appreciates evergreen. It kinda has a nice balance of both in that way. Also, it's not that ongoing, like, fast-moving feed that some of the social platforms are. It does act sort of like YouTube with that content hub that stays available. It's a library of your assets.
That's another thing you can clean up too, is if you have old pins that broken links, you may wanna clean up some of those old pins, something I need to work more on as well. Even though I got rid of boards, I still gotta go through some pins on boards. So,
It's true.
yeah.
So Lisa's telling us declutter for best performance, people. Declutter for best performance. Archive as a safer alternative if you're afraid to actually delete. Think of Pinterest as a search engine and use those Pinterest functions for, remember that it's a visual search engine and use that, play with that, optimize that, right, Lisa?
Yes, yes, and another trend I read, and I've been playing a little bit with, is not using so much text on your pins. They're saying the less text on them. But I noticed that it's not many people are doing that, but I started to, so I'll have more on that. I wanna monitor that just a little bit more, so
We love updates on our case studies.
yeah.
And also, she says definitely review before deleting to get you the last note off of that piece.
Yeah, you can always
um,
archive. Archive is a great option
Yes.
if you're not sure.
Lisa suggests that you use the platform as a vault of inspiration to fuel creative freedom, and using it in that way may also help stimulate your own creativity and ideas for putting up your own work there. That might be a good way to do a little bit of research on your own. Also, Gen Z is a big thing right now. Want to talk about that, Lisa?
Yeah, again, they really like images, they like the emojis. If you're not using those maybe in your pin descriptions, you may wanna add a few emojis. I was just doing that this morning on that Instagram thing I was doing. So yeah, that's just something to think about, and the language that they use may be a little different, so you may wanna, consider that too.
That's so cool. You have so many good tips for us today. Also, she says that it doesn't penalize you again for driving traffic off of the platform. And that's, I think, a huge thing.